To get their primary candidates forms. Thank you to the Wedge for welcoming us in. My name is Mike Sewell. I am the Executive Director of Asheville on Bikes. Our mission is to cultivate the culture of urban and commuter riding through advocacy and celebration, because we believe that cycling has a direct impact on the health of our community. And part of our work, we have a three-pronged approach to our work. Musical we have a three-pronged approach to our work, which is events. We host a lot of events. We're having a great event this weekend called Bike Club. We have tickets for it on sale. The next event after that will be Bike of the Irish. Our events are designed to get people on bikes and riding the city. We have an education component to our work. We run an after-school bicycle program at Asheville Middle School in conjunction with the Asheville City Schools Foundation. And we provide our students everything they need: helmets, high quality bicycles, for-hire instructor. We have a youth cycling coordinator, Rachel Reisler, who's just back. And the motto is, we play in traffic. Because our streets are public space, and they're not just about the sole movement of the automobile. They're about space for all people moving by a variety of modes. Which brings us to the third prong of Asheville on Bikes, our policy and our advocacy work. And if you go to our website, we have that For Voters page. We have a 13-point recommendation for what we feel will help move our city forward to embrace active transportation. And we hold candidates forums and invite all the candidates to come in and have a robust discussion on how we move active transportation forward in our community. And so that's the work of Asheville on Bikes. Thank you all for very much for coming and turning out tonight in support of this. You people in the room are voters. That's why you're here. You're going to vote. You're going to vote. And each and every one of you, it knows at least 3 or 4 people who are not going to vote. And you have an opportunity to be an agent of change and to push your peers and to push your friends who are not being an informed voter and get to the ballot box, because we have a lot of work to do in our city, and it's going to take future leadership to get it done. So without further ado, I'm really excited to work with Connect Buncombe on this, and yeah, give them a round of applause. Part of our break, we have a map in the back, and go check it out and go check out their work for sure. And it is my honor to introduce to you our moderator this evening, a woman who really doesn't need much of an introduction in Asheville, and Gwen. All right.
Thank you, Meg. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for turning out tonight, and a special welcome to our Asheville City Council candidates for being here. We are looking forward to hearing your voices. I'm going to tell you just briefly how tonight is going to go. Each candidate will get 2 minutes to come up to this microphone, introduce themselves, and talk, hopefully, about their ideas, plans, and hopes for transportation, and in particular, active transportation in our community. Then we will break out, and you will get a chance to speed date your candidates. They will each go back to their tables, and you, our voters, will get to go around and speak to and ask questions directly to your city council candidates. I'm going to tell you this again, but please be brief, please be respectful, do not hog candidates. There are a lot of you here, and a lot of you, I'm sure, who have fascinating questions. Then each candidate will get to come back and summarize what they have learned from you for 2 minutes. We pulled names from a hat, and so we were going to start and then go back. First of all, I would like to introduce Kristen Goldsmith.
My name is Kristen Goldsmith, and I'm running for Asheville City Council because I'm going to fight for the everyday people who live and work here. In the last several years, our housing costs in Asheville have skyrocketed. Meanwhile, our wages have remained stagnant, and that's forced more and more folks to move farther and farther out into the county, and that daily commute is putting a significant strain on our transportation infrastructure. Prior to living in Asheville, I was an avid public transit rider and a cycling commuter everywhere I had lived during my adult life. And we had been a single-car household for more than 5 years. So when we moved to Asheville, I was extremely disappointed to find that there simply wasn't a bus that could get me to work at 5:30 in the morning for my shift, or get me home from one at 11 o'clock at night. I thought surely, living in a city as progressive as Asheville, I'd just ride my bike to work. But it turns out that any number of routes that I chose involved riding either Patton Avenue, Haywood Road, Broadway, or Merriman. And I will tell you that I am brave, but I'm not that kind of brave. Every single day, thousands of Ashevilleans struggle to get around our city. And so as your next representative on Asheville City Council, I'm going to partner with Buncombe County for fare-free public transit. Because public transit will provide half of Asheville's workers who can't afford to live in the city to get to work, to get to doctor's appointments, to get to school, to get to church, without having to rely on a car. It'll provide economic mobility for those folks because it will provide them with additional access to better jobs. And finally, I'm going to advocate for alternative means of transportation, including bike lanes and greenways, in order to knit our neighborhoods together and take more cars off the road. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristen. And just so you guys know, if you hear a gong, that means you need to stop talking. We have a gong banger right here in front. Next up is Kim Roney.
Good evening. I'm so glad to be here in the room with y'all. Thank you for being informed about our local politics and the issues that make us a unique and connected community. My name is Kim Roney. I'm running for City Council. I am a piano teacher. I am a community radio producer and advocate who walks, bikes, and rides the bus. Nathaniel and I donated our car to charity in 2008 in an effort to decrease our dependency on fossil fuel. And that year-long experiment went on till today, and it continues. It is not an easy shift to make. And I really want for us as a city to be able to get more people out of their cars. But through coalition, I understand with my neighbor Nicole Townsend, who's also running, that getting more people out of their cars when the city doesn't currently offer written consent protection for cyclists and pedestrians means that she is safer in her car than she is on the sidewalk. So we are going to have to do some intersectional work around environmental justice, transformative public safety. I'm very excited to be running again on deeply affordable housing, on participatory democracy and budgeting that centers equity and the people's voices around decisions for our budget, planning, and policies. Please check out kimroney4asheville.com for more information, and thanks for joining us at the polls on March 3rd.
Nicole Townsend is not here, correct? She could not be here tonight. Okay, so now we have Rich Lee.
Hey, thank you for coming out tonight, everybody. My name is Rich Lee. I am a member of the city's Greenway Committee and the city's Multimodal Transportation Commission. In my day job, I am a financial advisor who specializes in socially and environmentally responsible investments. So this is actually the least stressful thing I've done today. I'm usually the guy that stands up here and jokes, and I want to be serious for just a moment. On January 14th, a 77-year-old man named Frank Jericho was walking along Hendersonville Road, and he stepped off the shoulder into traffic and was struck by a moving car and killed. 3 days later, out on Smoky Park Highway, just inside city limits, a man named Frank Goodman, 77 years old, was trying to cross the highway and was just in the early hours and was struck by a moving car and was killed. On January 22nd, a young woman named Jamie Kunle was trying to cross US 74 just after dark in Fairview and was struck by a speeding car and was killed. The day before that, on January 21st, a man named Guido Roth was driving out here on Riverside Drive, and a car skidded in a patch of standing water that had frozen, swung into his lane and hit him head on, and he was killed. That's 4 people in just a little over 7 days killed in the city of Asheville in the month of January this year. Come find me on that table and we'll talk about what we can do to fix this. I'm interested to hear your ideas too. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Rich. Now we have Shane McCarthy.
Sorry guys, 1 second. All right, that's better. Hey, I'm Shane McCarthy. I run for Asheville City Council. I'm an Asheville native, so I've seen how our city's been growing and changing because I've lived through it. I've lived through our transportation system my whole life. Like a lot of people who grew up here, when I was first living on my own, I ran into a lot of struggles with affordable housing, with low-wage jobs as I worked in retail and service and construction labor. And I worked as a traffic fighter for a while. That was by far my least favorite job. I got tired of that. I went to NC State University in Raleigh. I got a degree. Yeah, I got a degree in civil engineering there, and I worked at an engineering firm where we designed intersections, roads, traffic signals. I worked at the North Carolina Department of Transportation where we oversaw contracts for big highway projects. Now I live here in the East End neighborhood with my wife Emily, and I work as a construction manager for a local remodeling company here. So all this experience and education is for infrastructures, for building things. And we all in this room know that that's how the city affects the lives of our citizens every day. So it helps to have someone on city council who knows how to build stuff and how much it should cost. I want to give you an example of why that's important. Who here knows someone who has a disability that makes it harder for them to get around? So I do too. After I gave a speech a few months ago, someone came up to me, she has vision impairment. She asked if we could get her audible pedestrian traffic signal at the corner of South Charlotte Street and Biltmore Avenue. It's a huge intersection, it's terrifying, and she wanted to know if we could get that done. I said I'd give it a shot because I know that Asheville is one of the most dangerous cities in North Carolina for pedestrians. After a few weeks of phone calls and emails to different officials, we actually got the Department of Transportation to commit to install those signals, and they actually just went in 2 weeks ago. So that's what I bring to the table. I'd love to have your vote on City Council so that I can keep doing this all around the city.
I'm going to adjust this. Thank you so much. That's our first caller of the night. Now we have Sage Turner.
Not quite as tall as Shane. Hi everyone, I'm Sage Turner. Thank you for being here tonight. And I want to say thank you to Rich for naming names. As you might know, in the last 10 years we've had 910 accidents involving bicycles a year. That's one every 4 days, and that's horrible. So I'm running for City Council because I think we can take better care of our community and the people in it, and our environment, and how we move throughout it, and how we all thrive. So I've lived here for about 20 years and raised my family here, and I have about 20 years of governance experience in this city as well, working on different boards and committees and commissions. I currently chair the city's Affordable Housing Committee and the Downtown Commission, and I also chair the Downtown Commission's Parking and Transportation Committee. So we are hyper-focused on bus shelters downtown, bike lanes, infrastructure. We review major projects. So I'm at the table on a lot of the initiatives and problems that we're currently experiencing in our community, and I am hoping to escalate my involvement and help to take better care of more projects in the future. My background is in financial management and city planning. I have a master's in urban and regional planning, and I work as the finance and project manager for the French Broad Food Co-op. So we're a living wage downtown grocery store that's community owned, and I will be very soon, reporting to the news, our new expansion that we will be starting very soon, and I will be guiding us through that process. So my primary platform, so really accessible, affordable housing is my utmost concern. It's impacting all areas of our life. And I will also say that one of the things impacting affordability is transportation. So in Asheville, most of us are spending as much as 25% of our income on transportation every year. And we can do better. And I have plenty of ideas, and I'm looking forward to coming and talking to me here at this table. And thank you all for being here.
Sage. Keith Young, come on up.
I'll try to be brief, not too brief. I've got a bit of a cold, so. My name's Keith Young. I was born and raised here in Asheville, North Carolina. Graduated from Asheville High in 1998, around the corner there. Was captain of my football team. Got a scholarship to go to college. Blew out my knees, lost my scholarship, got an academic scholarship, graduated with honors, magna cum laude. My day job here in Asheville, I'm deputy clerk of Superior Court, there at the courthouse, and I serve you as one of your council members currently. Before I go on, I think I see the former Vice Mayor, Mark Hunt, and I've never been able to tell you this person to person, but I wanted to say thank you for your vision on RADTIP. Without that, I don't think we would be anywhere where we are right now, so I want to say thank you. We all know that we have problems with transportation in Asheville as it pertains to our bus system, as it pertains to our roads, our sidewalks, etc. When I came into office in 2015, I was briefed on how Asheville had some of the worst roads in the state, how we had great need for sidewalks, and I'm proud to say that since that period of time, we've paved more roads, we've built more sidewalks than any other time in the past 20 to 25 years. That doesn't mean that our job is done. What that means is that we have a lot of ground to cover. And our only barrier right now to figuring out how do we continue to improve our transportation system, whether it pertains to buses, pedestrian incidents that Rich mentioned, is your voices here tonight. So when we get off this stage and have table conversations, please tell me your concerns. Please tell me what your ideas are. I don't proclaim to know everything. Of course I don't. But I'm definitely willing to listen and put your knowledge on the ground to work in policy. Thank you.
Okay, of the 9 candidates, we have 6 here, so there are 2 more who were not able to be here, Ray Baker and Sandra Kilgore. So this is great. You guys now have 30 minutes to wander from table to table and ask your questions. And again, I'm going to ask you to please be respectful, be brief, don't overstay your welcome with any one candidate, so everyone gets a chance. Grab another beer if you need one, and then we will come back for the wrap-up. Thank you so much.